Welcome everyone to the Dome in Bluefield, Virginia for another edition of Bluefield College Rams women's basketball as they take on the number 24 Point University Skyhawks. Hello everybody, my name is Bailey Engel. Glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams trying to make it their fourth win in a row today, and they have a big test trying to avenge an earlier loss this season against the Point Skyhawks. Well, that was back on November 18th before Thanksgiving when the Rams went down by 8. Leading scorer in that game was Danae Cox, but now the Rams find themselves on a roll. 3 wins in a row. They won last week against Tennessee Wesleyan on a buzzer beater by Danae Cox. Then a week after that, beat Columbia on the road, and then Truett McConnell, a big win last week. A 7-point victory where the Rams were able to hold the Bears to just 53 points. Now one of their bigger tests of the season today here at home against the Point Skyhawks, a team that is led by Alexia Manning, the 5'6" guard out of Columbus, Georgia. As Point goes out onto the floor wearing the navy blue with yellow trim and Carolina blue on top, yellow numbers and letters across the front. Bluefield once again going with the home whites. Got the whole week off after having a game pushed back to February 5th as Cara Bell Lanier will get the start for the Rams. Danae Cox as well as Emily Hart, joined by Hannah Preservati and Autumn Hash. Point University sending out Courtney White, the 6-foot senior, to duel for the tip-off. It will go the way of the Rams as it's snagged by Hannah Preservati going right to left. Danae Cox on the right wing, right in front of Point University head coach Tony Woolley. His 5th season, this team coming in at 14-6 and 11-4 in the AAC, while the Rams are 10-7 and 7-5. In the right wing, here's Cara Bell Lanier, ball over her head, just as over on the right side to Hannah Preservati. Emily Hart goes inside the lane. Her pass picked away by Raven Brown as a foul is called on Cara Bell Lanier in the backcourt. So an early turnover right there for the Rams with 9:30 remaining in the first quarter. Now an inbounds pass. The point guard will be Brianna Jones, the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Now she dishing it around with Alexia Manning, averaging right around 9 points per game. Crossover dribble feeds Manning, top of the key, steps back for a 3. Back iron rebound for Hannah Preservati. Well, Preservati, the point guard from Princeton, West Virginia, lobs over to Danae Cox. The Rams setting up with that offense, just moving the ball around the perimeter. Cara Bell Lanier likely to duel it out with Courtney White here today. On the left side, the always scrappy guard, Emily Hart. Chest pass over to Hannah Preservati. Feeds on the right side for Danae Cox. Pops from the elbow. No good. A rebound for Alexia Manning as Emily Hart actually clunked into her back on the rebound. Still, though, no foul. There's Brianna Jones. Well, Point coming off of a loss against Allen University just a few days ago as White spins and her hook shot contested by Autumn Hash, but no tip of the ball. It's another turnover. 8:37, still no basket for either team, 0-0 the score. Preservati will take the ball up for the Rams. A lot of confidence for Corey Mullins and his team. Mullins in his 4th season at the helm of Rams basketball. Once again, top of the perimeter for Hannah Preservati. Veers right off a screen. Fires from the elbow. No good. Another rebound for Alexia Manning. Well, Manning's really a player that can do it all for Point University. Really a 2, but you saw her setting up in the high post. Swatted away as she goes on the left block for a layup. Bell Lanier dishing it right back over to Emily Hart. Feeds Preservati as Bluefield starts to slow it down. Looking for their first basket here in the first 2 minutes of the game. Still 0-0 as Preservati passes left to Emily Hart, the sophomore. Starts to jog back top of the key and another pass to Preservati. Lob down low to Autumn Hash. Her layup no good. Fighting for the offensive board. Loose ball, and it's picked away. Going the other way for Raven Brown as she jogs into her own right wing, right in front of Corey Mullins and company. Here's top of the key, Brianna Jones feeding Manning, just trading the ball around. Bluefield with a defense trying to hold this team to under 60 points per game. Bounce pass top of the key once again over to Bowman. Now a bounce down low. White with a hook shot, and off the glass it works. That was Jones on the assist, by the way, but the first basket falls for Courtney White. 2-0 after 2.5 minutes have elapsed already here inside the Dome. Well, the Rams were really able to slow down Truett McConnell to 53 points in that game. And to those last 2 minutes, the Rams were just designated to shoot free throws as the Bears began to foul. Bell zips a pass down low to Autumn Hash, puts it off the deck, and banks it in off the glass for the game's opening basket for Bluefield. Just about 3 minutes elapsed in that period. 2-2, 6:58 remaining. And Brianna Jones taking the ball up. This Point team trying to get back on the winning ways after losing to Allen University just by a few points. A bounce is picked away by Danae Cox. One-on-one going with Jones toward the basket. Scoops the right hand, misses the layup, and Jones able to fight for the rebound after Preservati was jumping to try to get it. Still 2-2 in the right wing. Lob down low to Courtney White. A couple of bounces. Hard bounce on the left side. Raven Brown misses the baseline jumper from the left side, and Danae Cox spins for another board. 6.5 minutes. Lob down low to Kiera Bellanier. Storms in the lane. Spins towards the hoop and scores. 4-2, 6.5 minutes now as the Rams take their early lead. Looks like they're going to try to feed it down low. The Rams with a little bit more size in the low post with Autumn Hash and Kiera Bellanier. On the right side, Manning looks for a shot, starts to dribble inside the painted area, carries the ball, and somehow gets the layup to go through the nylon. Ties the game up at 4-4. Game still moving fast for Hannah Preservati, who passes right over to Emily Hart. The guards have not scored in this game for Bluefield. Both baskets for Autumn Hash and Kiera Bellanier. Just trading the ball around the perimeter. Lob on the right side for Hannah Preservati. Cross-court pass to Bellanier. Feeds Cox on the baseline. Left wing, no good. Bouncing into the hands of Autumn Hash. But in that time, she walked right in front of the official, and Bluefield with another turnover. Still 4-4. Basket's hard to come by here. 5:33 remaining first quarter. And Brianna Jones now slowing the game down for Point University coming into this game, ranked number 24 in the country. Here's the right side. Courtney White just dishing the ball around, right back up over to Brianna Jones. Feeds on the right side for Raven Brown, another player, perennial starter for Point University. Now 8 to shoot. Good defense on the left wing by Kiera Bellanier. Shot clock at 5. Manning on the left wing. Couple of dribbles. Finds a shot from the baseline and swishes it as the buzzer sounds. 6-4. Now a 2-point lead for Point. 4:57 left in the first quarter. Well, Alexia Manning had a lot of confidence right there, was very aware of where that shot clock was, and the Rams weren't able to hold her for a shot. So now 6-4, Preservati over to Cox, dish down low to Emily Hart, powers her way down the right block and feeds back out over to Kiera Bellanier, sprinting in the paint, missed the layup, fought for her own rebound, and now the ball's still loose. Bellanier wrestling with Courtney White, but White able to win. Long outlet down to Alexia Manning, hard step in the lane. Her layup rattles around and missed. Rams wanted a walk there as Danae Cox snagged the rebound. Another outlet over to Emily Hart, layup with the right hand, yes. Tied up at 6-6 now. So Emily Hart, the first guard to get on the board for Bluefield. Now it's 6-6, 4:07 left to go in the first quarter. Quick game. There's not a lot of fouls, pretty cleanly played. Only one foul, and that's been on Bluefield as Raven Brown fights for a layup and misses on the right block and snatched out of the air by Kiera Bellanier for another rebound. Danae Cox, long lob to Emily Hart, puts it on the deck. Ugly layup from the right block. Kerplunks off of the window, and a rebound for Shelby McKenzie. McKenzie did not start in that last game against Allen University, only played 1 minute. There's top of the key. Jones starts to jog into the right wing. Already 15 seconds elapsed from game clock, or shot clock, I should say. Bowman, a crossover dribble, starts to sprint down the left block, scoops with a left-handed, scores. What a layup, matched up with Kiera Bellanier to give Point the 8-6 lead. Hannah Preservati jogging across and stopping now right at that Rams logo. 8-6, Rams trail by 2. So if you're Corey Mullins, you like your defensive effort here, but still have to find the open shots on the other end of the floor. Cox with a dangerous pass, picked out of the air by Alexia Manning. Going one-on-one the other way, steps into a layup and gets it off the glass. What a steal by the former AAC Women's Player of the Week back in the first week of this month. Now 10-6, Rams trail by 4. The baskets have been scored by Bellanier, Autumn Hash, as well as Emily Hart, all in the paint. Bluefield looking for open shots. Point with a great perimeter defense. Hart pivoting around on the right wing, feeds Hash, feeds it right back to Hart. Lobs on the left side. Preservati for the tray. Too short, and a rebound for Courtney White, ensuing on a foul by Emily Hart on the rebound. That's just the second foul of the first quarter for either team, and a timeout called by Corey Mullins here in the first quarter. 2:27, Rams trail by 4. It's 10-6. Back to the Dome after the Corey Mullins timeout. Rams trail by 4. It is 10-6 point. Alexia Manning with a steal that gave the Skyhawks a 4-point lead. Rams have really started to pick up this habit in this game where they're going for long cross-court bullet passes. Janae Cox already with a few stolen away. Here's Brianna Jones taking the ball up left to right, feeds on the left side now for Deja Smith, who enters the game for the first time. Raven Brown on the right wing matched up with Haley Turman, who has entered the game for Autumn Hash, and a Crockett in, as well as Adrian Goodlett for Bluefield. Long three for McKenzie, missed on the right side, tipped in the air, and caught by Danae Cox. Oh, Cox running the point now. She'll give it back to the primary point guard for Bluefield, Hannah Preservati. So Preservati really a field commander, if you will. Bluefield not really employing her as much to score, but when she gets hot from around the three-point line, she will really pick up that confidence. Crockett trading the ball around. Danae Cox lob down low to Haley Turman. Steps it back out to Crockett. 6 to shoot. Feeds Preservati on the right wing. Now down to 4. Steps inside the perimeter. Crockett for 3. Air ball from the right wing. And the ball actually caught after the buzzer by Raven Brown. So no shot clock violation. 1:23 left to go here in the first quarter. Hard step from Raven Brown and fouled immediately by Adrian Goodlett on the shot on the right block. So it'll be 2 shots for Raven Brown. Raven Brown, a senior out of Marietta, Georgia. Actually a Mars Hill University transfer. Loops that first free throw and swirls through in. 11-6 now the score. Last time that she squared off against Bluefield, scored 9 against the Rams. That was all the way before Thanksgiving. Second shot, yes. 12-6, largest lead of the day so far. A 6-point deficit the Rams are trying to come back from. Crockett trading the ball around. Bounce down the far sideline for Danae Cox. Steps it back over to Crockett and feeds Preservati. Just angling back on the right wing. 1:05 remaining in the first period as Bluefield has not hit a 3 in this game yet. Turman, long baseline jumper from the left side. Rattles away, no good. Offensive board for Goodlett. Feeds to Crockett, who's blocked. And here comes Point. On the block that time, it was Kimberly Forbes down low for Point. Crockett had no chance on the left block. Now 45 seconds remaining first quarter. Long lob over to Raven Brown. Puts it on the deck. Steps into a shot and fouled by Adrian Goodlett. Goodlett very upset with that call. Thought she got all ball on the step. And actually there was no shot as Brown had not arced up a hook shot yet. And now a whistle, and Belle Lanier will re-enter the game for Adrian Goodlett. Goodlett already with 2 fouls. Brown feeds it way up in the air for McKenzie. Step back 3. Brick no good. Rebound Belle Lanier. 35 seconds remaining first quarter. Rams need a basket. Down by 6. Crockett in the right corner. Lobs it up top to Danae Cox. Thought about a 3. Puts it on the deck. Spins around and feeds over to Preservati. Angles a pass down to Turman. Her 15-footer no good. Tipped in the air by Belle Lanier, but unfortunately for the Rams, snagged by Deja Smith. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds remaining here in the first quarter as Jones will wait it out for the last shot. Clock now at 8 seconds. Jones bounce on to Raven Brown. Ball like a football in her right arm, looking for a shot. Storms down the right baseline, and she will score as the buzzer sounds with a hook layup. 14-6, an 8-point lead for Point University. Rams being held down defensively as we enter the second quarter on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Whistle blows, and now we're ready for the second quarter. An 8-point lead for Point as the ball is now being taken up by Deja Smith. A bounce over to Alexia Manning, one of the more athletic players in the entire AAC. Back out on the side for Deja Smith. Veering top of the key, lob to Courtney White. Hard step in the paint. Left hook shot, no good. Rebound for Autumn Hash. Well, Bluefield can silence any chances down low. It'll be a lot tougher for Point to get back into this game. Meanwhile, for the Skyhawks, Candace Rhodes back in the game. Actually, the point scoring leader for Point this year, scoring around 11 points per game. Hash backs in the lane, arcs a hook shot, misses, and a rebound fought hard by Courtney White. Back on the far sideline, Deja White taking the ball up. The Rams have not been able to get their guards into this game. The feed back over on top. There's Deja Smith. Leading the way in scoring, really no one for Bluefield, all with 2 points each. Emily Hart, Cara Bellanier, and Autumn Hash. On the other side, Raven Brown with 4 points and Alexia Manning with 6. 5 to shoot. Manning for 3 and rattles it home from the top of the key. 17-6 now, a 9-point lead. Rather, has turned into an 11-point lead. Here's Hannah Preservati jogging in the left side, feeding over to Emily Hart. Bluefield really hasn't gotten an open look from beyond the arc, and that is something that they have been able to do to their advantage in the past couple of games. Hannah Preservati steps back from 3 and then feeds over to Belle Lanier. Hard charge in the lane, goes through and actually picks up a charge as she trucked over Alexia Manning. Point playing smart defensive basketball now as the Rams have not been able to have those open looks. And complaints in the past from Corey Mullins when this team actually gets down in holes they can't come out of has been the energy. And if you see this here today, the Rams are still playing with a lot of tenacity, but just nothing has been able to fall. Here's Deja Smith, the bounce up top to Alexia Manning, D'd up by Emily Hart, the sophomore from Independence, Virginia. Manning with a couple of hard bounces and underhands it over to Deja White. Back up top of the key, rather to Smith, as she's spotting, hoping for a screen. 8 to shoot, 8:08 left to play in the first half. Lob on the right side of the block for Courtney White. Arcs up a hook shot, no good. Tipped out of bounds off of Alexia Manning as she was really tied up with Danae Cox going for that rebound. 17-6, an 11-point deficit, 8 minutes left in the first half. Bluefield with all of the fouls in this game. Point has not picked up a foul yet. Went the entire first quarter without having a personal foul. Just pinballing around between the guards. Today, Cox chucks up a 3, misses from the right wing, bouncing into the hands of Candace Rhodes. Well, here comes Rhodes, the senior from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Top of the key, a 3 for Deja Smith. Yes, nothing but net from Prodling from the top of the arc. Now the lead has escalated to 26. Hannah Preservati hoping to get some sort of open shot. Bluefield has not scored in the second quarter. It's been a long run. Danae Cox trying to change that and does. Her triple falls from the top of the key. 20-9 now, the lead down to 11. 7:14 remaining in this first half. Deja Smith camped out near the top of the key, jogging around and passes left wing to Alexia Manning. Manning, the 2 guard, pops it over to Candace Rhodes. Hard fake, towing down the line. Reverse layup, yes. 22-9. So much energy for the Skyhawks, and you can see a little bit of discouragement start to pile up for the Rams with 6:50 left in the first half. Preservati, a chest pass to Autumn Hash. Back up top to Belle Lanier. Bluefield hoping for an open shot. Hash on the left block. Hair prayer of a layup falls over the head of Courtney White. So a hook shot for Autumn Hash. She didn't even really look for that. 22-11. Finally, the Rams in double figures. Meanwhile, Autumn Hash now with 4 points. Alexia Manning feeds top of the key over to Deja Smith, calling out a new offense. 6:22 left to go here in the first half. Hannah Preservati providing the defense. Now Candace Rhodes near the top of the arc. Around the horn on the right side for Deja Smith. 5 to shoot, hard fake, dribbles inside. Her layup, no good. Feeds out on the left wing. Manning for 3 from the corner. Missed, but an offensive board for Courtney White. Bounces for Manning, tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with the Skyhawks. And now a whistle. That'll bring Raven Brown back into the game as well as Brianna Jones. 22-11, 6:02 left in the first half. Rams haven't gotten the open shots to fall. Danae Cox with her first 3 of the game just minutes ago. 22-11, Jones towing near the baseline, feeds top of the key to Candace Rhodes, just trading the ball around like a jet sweep right in front of the arc. Candace Rhodes with a hard fake. Layup, yes. The floater fell from about 5 feet, and all the confidence in the world right now is with the Point University guards. Can't say the same about Bluefield. A 13-point lead for the Skyhawks. Bellanier up top to Danae Cox, starts to dribble right, feeds into a double team. Right to Emily Hart, steps into a triple. Back iron, no good as Raven Brown jumped up with 2 arms to get it. 13-point lead, still 24-11. Here's Jones, matched up with Emily Hart. Bounces down low to Raven Brown. Bumps into a layup, missed. No good as Autumn Hash just powered the ball right in front of Corey Mullins as the loose ball was picked up by Emily Hart. She'll pick up or draw a foul right in front of the Point University bench. That's the first foul by Point, and it's going to be on Raven Brown. Well, it doesn't seem like the substitution buzzer is working here at the Dome, so a whistle will suffice as Adrian Goodlett and Haley Turman come in to replace what looks to be Bellanier and Autumn Hash. It's a little less size, but Adrian Goodlett, a very aggressive defensive player for the Rams. 5 minutes left to go in the first half as Hannah Preservati kicks it back up top to Emily Hart, trading it back with her point guard with 4:56 remaining here before halftime. Emily Hart starting to dribble left, starts to spin outside, and gives it over to Preservati. Long three. Bumps around, no good. Rebound, Turman looking for the putback instead. Goes back out to Emily Hart. Feeds in the left wing to Danae Cox, starting to dribble in the lane, going up for the layup and fouled by Raven Brown. So that'll be the first couple of free throws for Bluefield in this game. With already nearly 16 minutes elapsed. 4:39 left to go. And now Bluefield finally getting a chance from the charity stripe as Danae Cox swishes the first one. Starting to see some more fans start to pile into the Dome a couple of weeks into the new semester. A little bit more noise. The Rams men's game right after this. Second shot for Cox, and she made them both. 24-13 lead down to 11. Point has led by double figures for most of the second quarter. Bounce pass goes awry as Brianna Jones was looking to feed Deja Smith, and Bluefield forces a turnover in the backcourt. So now it'll be an inbounds pass for Emily Hart, feeding into Hannah Preservati. 4.5 minutes left. Danae Cox looking around the guards. Bluefield has just made 1 3 in this game. Preservati kicks it back out up top to Hart, zips it back to Preservati, arcs a 3 and swishes. 8-point lead now as Hannah Preservati has gotten her first 3 of the ball game. Now with a midcourt press, Emily Hart on the defense of Brianna Jones. Candace Rhodes now gets it in the right wing as Point starts to settle down. Bluefield going a little bit more man-to-man here as Haley Turman and Raven Brown are really D'd up, and Haley Turman swatting the ball out of the air on a baseline jumper by Candace Rhodes. Timeout called by Tony Woolley, and Bluefield has now cut it down to an 8-point game. 3:58 left to go in the half, and 11 on the shot clock with Point in possession. Rams starting to kick it up on defense here in the second quarter, 24-16. 3:58 left to go before halftime. Point now with 10 on the shot clock, storming down the lane. Deja Smith went right under the basket, feeds outside. Candace Rhodes for 3, yes, from the left corner, and now it's back up to a double-digit lead, 4 points. Skyhawks with all the answers in those navy blue jerseys, 27-16. Hannah Preservati recently hit her first triple of the game moments ago. Now Bluefield forced to come back after that. Emily Hart near the free throw line in trouble, zips it back out on the right wing for Danae Cox. Now 10 to shoot, spinning in the lane, arcs up a layup, banks, no good. Rebound for Brianna Jones. Here comes Point way in transition, storming down. Jones lost the ball, picked away by Goodlet. Bluefield going 2-on-1. Danae Cox now on the left block. Her prayer of a layup missed off the great defense by Candace Rhodes. Danae Cox a bit shaken up, has to jog back on defense. Point in advantage here as the three is bricked off by Deja Smith. The rebound for Haley Turman. Not a great shot for Point considering they did not have that, or they had an advantage going down the other way with Danae Cox out. But now she's back on offense. 2:47 left here in the second quarter. Emily Hart off a screen. Chucks it back up top of the key. Now 11 to shoot. Danae Cox steps inside the perimeter, pops a 15-footer, too short and tipped into the hands of Brianna Jones. Rams still down by 11, 27-16. Alexia Manning zips it back out up top. Here's Jones, long two, goes through the nylon. 29-16, timeout called by Corey Mullins. And the Rams starting to show their frustration, down by 13 with 2:22 left in the first half. Rams winning streak now in jeopardy, down by 13 with 2:20 left to go in the first half. Point has gotten anything to go offensively, and Bluefield has been locked down by a tough Skyhawks defense. Anna Preservati with a chest pass over to Bell Lanier, zips it back top of the key to Goodlet and feeds over to Preservati. Kendall Cloninger, chest pass three, missed, but now the loose ball corralled by Adrian Goodlet. Ugly shot for Kendall Cloninger, but Goodlet able to fight in for an offensive board. Minute 55 remaining. Preservati chucks it back over to Bellanier. Storms in the lane and draws a foul. So haven't been that many fouls here in this game. It's gone by so quickly. That's the third foul on Point here in the second quarter. Now Preservati kicks it way up top to Adrian Goodlet, who snatches it out of the air and gives it right back to her point guard. Preservati's going to jog right back near the logo. Bluefield looking for some sort of offensive prowess. Open shots haven't been able to come easy as Preservati misses a three off the back iron. 29-16. Point with Deja Smith. Lob down on the right block for Raven Brown. Steps out of the paint. Bellanier with good defense as Brown puts it on the deck. Loops a layup and misses. Bellanier really winning that defensive matchup there. Minute 20 left here in the first half as now Kendall Cloninger misses a three from the left wing again, an air ball. Minute 12 now as the clock continues to trickle down. Alexia Manning and her company all in really a ton of confidence right now. Minute 3 left to go. Top of the key, here's Courtney White. The big five will hand it off over to Deja Smith. Emily Hart matched up with her, now 12 to shoot. Shelby McKenzie steps out of the right block, now towering down the baseline and picks up a foul on Kendall Cloninger. It'll be Cloninger's first and a team's second with 51.1 seconds remaining in the first half. Crockett back into the game, and that will also bring in Point University's Candace Rhodes. Pass into Raven Brown. Loops it out up top over to Candace Rhodes. Chest pass to Alexia Manning. Bluefield looking for a man-to-man defense here as Manning jump stop in the lane. Misses the layup. Rebound for Bell Lanier. Corey Mullins still not excited as that was an open look for Alexia Manning, and she still missed. 30 seconds remain in the first half, about an 8-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Now Preservati starts to toe near the top of the key, 15 to shoot, passes over on the right wing to Kendall Cloninger. Back up top to Bellanier, zips it left side to Crockett, her three from the corner. Air ball tipped out of bounds, and it will go with Point, but Adrian Goodlet hit the ground hard and now up. Thought that she was going to be hurt, but got right back up and shrugged it off. It will stay with Point. So now Brianna Jones will come into the game. Point looking to see who will inbound it, and it will be Deja Smith to Brianna Jones. 10 seconds on the clock, shot clock off. Handoff to Alexia Manning, tipped out by Adrian Goodlet. Now 5 to shoot. Manning bounces left side to Jones, storms inside the lane and fouled on the floor. That will be just the third foul on Bluefield. So with 1.2 seconds remaining in the first half, inbounds pass will be available for points. A whistle and Courtney White brought back into the game. Looks like they're going to try to tip this one in. 29-16, a 13-point lead. Jones lobs it way up top, and White misses the shot at the buzzer. Perfectly drawn up but not executed, as White was going up for that jump ball and just missed it from 5 feet. Still, the Rams will go into the locker room at halftime down by 13. It is 29-16. Skyhawks on top. Rams women trail at halftime 29-16, a 13-point deficit. Both teams have taken 29 shots. Point has made 12, and the Rams have only sank 6 of those shots, 2 of 10 from beyond the arc as well. So the Rams shooting a flat 20% from three-point range, 20.7% from the field. Then on the flip side, Point shooting 41% from the field and 50 from beyond the perimeter. So for the Rams, still down by 16, Alexia Manning leading the way for the Point University Skyhawks. She has 9 points, and right behind her, Candace Rhodes has 7. Rams really don't have an offensive leader in this game. Danae Cox with 5 points. She sank one of the game's 2 threes for the Rams. And then 3 points for Hannah Preservati off of the one tray she hit, and Autumn Hash with 2 shots in the low block. The Rams have trailed in this game for most of the second quarter, and now Point actually led by 14. That was their largest lead, and now it is cut down to just 13. The Rams still, though, looking for those open shots. The turnovers aplenty for Bluefield with 5, and then just 3 for Point. Interestingly enough, both teams have only gone to the free throw line once, and both times they have sank both of those free throws. So Rams have to play a little bit more aggressive on defense and find those open shots on offense. 29-16, just about 7 minutes before we resume play here at the Dome. Just about ready to start the second half. Rams trail by 13 here at the Dome. Bailey Engel, glad to have you with us here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield just shooting 20% from the field, and they've only hit 2 threes in this game. Now a lob on the left side for Danae Cox in the corner as Bluefield goes left to right to start out this second half. Bellanier bounces on the left wing over to Cox, veering her way inside the perimeter and already draws a foul. Not a lot of fouls in this game already on the personal foul side for Point. That's just their 4th foul of the entire game as the Rams have 7. It'll be an inbounds pass for Hannah Preservati. Feeds left wing over to Kara Bellanier. Gives it right back to her point guard. Off a screen. Zips it out wide to Danae Cox. Steps into a 3 and blocked by Shelby McKenzie, but the piece is picked up by Emily Hart. 9.5 minutes. Rams down by 13. It's 29-16. Emily Hart trading the ball with Danae Cox, who steps it back up top of the key to Hannah Preservati. 8 to shoot. Preservati feeds Hart. Right corner 3. Yes! Down to a 10-point lead now, 29-19. 9:13 remaining as Brianna Jones will run the point in the second half for the Skyhawks. Well, the point guard in this game, Brianna Jones, matched up with Hannah Preservati, just has 4 points. On the right side, Jones picked up by Emily Hart. 12 to shoot. Lost the ball as Bellanier steps up her defense. Manning in the right wing, hoping for help. 7 to shoot. Storms in the lane. Step back jumper. Banks it home as the ball swirls through the cup and in. 31-19 as Alexia Manning has now entered double figures. 11 points in the game for the senior. Oh, the senior from Columbus, Georgia, already exceeding her average. She had 9 points in that entire first half. Cox arcs a tray and misses, airball style, from the top of the key as the ball bounces onto the post. 31-19, Tony Woolley and his Skyhawks so confident. Now that's really something that you see in NAIA basketball, is that the cheers come from the bench and not really the crowd. So Point University, almost like a softball team, cheering the entire time. On the right wing now, Courtney White steps into a pass at the top of the key for Shelby McKenzie. Feeds Manning, tarks of a tray, bricks it, no good. Tipped out of bounds, off the hands of Brianna Jones. 8:07 remaining third quarter. Rams have a long way to come back, down by 12. It's 31-19. As Preservati jogs the ball across midcourt and feeds on the left wing to Emily Hart. Guards have to get into this one if the Rams are trying to come back. Today, Cox with the ball now, out of a double team, feeds over to Hart, loops it back over to Bellanier, storms in the lane, lost the ball, wrestling for it as Raven Brown went down to her knees, looking for a tie-up, and she'll get it. It will go with Point now. So the Point University defense has been so tough in this game. And Bluefield, really a team that prides themselves on their own defense, has been pretty aggressive in this game as well, but Point is just sinking those shots whenever they get the opportunity. Going into that halftime, they are shooting 41%. Hard lob down low to Raven Brown on the right baseline, pivoting. Good defense by Bellanier. Brown loses the ball in the lane. Her errant pass kicked on the other side. Bellanier picks up the loose ball onto the basket, underhands it to Danae Cox. Her layup good. I don't think Bellanier realized that she was right under the basket. If she would have just taken her time, would have just banked it in and gotten the basket anyway. But instead of a basket, she'll get an assist over to Danae Cox. 31-21, 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Rams down by 10, looking for a defensive stance here. Jones lobs it over to Raven Brown on the right block, feeds White from the free throw line. Her 15-footer banks off of the back iron, rebound Bellanier. 31-21, Hannah Preservati screw up about 15 minutes from here as now a foul is called off the ball on Courtney White. It's going to be the second foul on Point in the third quarter. So that'll bring in Deja Smith. Alexia Manning taking off for breathers. Preservati will inbound for Bluefield. Still trying to find someone and just chucks it in the air for Danae Cox near the top of the key. 6:38 remaining in the third quarter as Cox looks to get on fire here. Her team just down by 10. Emily Hart steps inside the perimeter. Chest pass to Hannah Preservati. Veers left, feeds down to Emily Hart in the left block. Her pass to Autumn Hash, kicked in the air and picked away by Courtney White. 6:20 remaining, third quarter, 31-21 as Point looks to extend this double-digit lead. A bounce in the left block for Courtney White. A hard step move into the paint. Her layup just went straight up in the air, not even towards the rim, as Belle Lanier was able to just take it from her chest. Hannah Presservati taking the ball now left to right. And Bluefield looking for some sort of uncontested jump shot. They have really had to fight for all of the 21 points they have been able to score in this game. Lob into Autumn Hash, swings it out. Presservati chucks a three, misses from the corner. Belle Lanier, offensive board. Her layup falls with the foul, and that gets the energy back into the crowd as the lead is cut down to 8 points. So Belle Lanier will just be the second Ram to go to the free throw line today. Danae Cox was 2 of 2 in the first half. Now here comes Belle Lanier looking to end this and one. Lexia Manning back in the game, and Shelby McKenzie taken off. Bounce in to Belle Lanier. Corey Mullins opting for no rebounders as the left-handed free throw shooter misses. So now the Rams 2 of 3 from the charity stripe in this game. Jones walking the ball across midcourt. It's 31-23, 5:34 left to go before the fourth quarter. Bounce up top to Alexia Manning now with 11 points. Jogs it over to Deja Smith in the left wing. Emily Hart with her hands up as Smith retreats near the top of the key. Storming down the right side, feeds over to White. 7 to shoot. Jones from the right wing. Bounce down low to Raven Brown. Tipped out of bounds by Belle Lanier. Now the shot clock is at 3 seconds. It's going to be a quick little possession here for Point with a chance at the basket. Slap of the ball from Jones, looking for someone to pass it to. Dishes it right side to Manning. Step back three from the wing. Banks it home at the buzzer. Alexia Manning hitting it off of the window. Timeout called by Point. 34-23, and Manning knew she was going to be tough, and as prescribed, she has been in double figures. 13-point or 11-point lead now for the Skyhawks.
Inbounds for Kira Belle Lanier after the three was sanked by Alexia Manning. 34-23, 11-point lead for Point. Taking up full court pressure. Rams able to get it across the timeline. Emily Hart dishes it over to Hannah Presservati. Loops out left to Danae Cox. Steps into a pass. Emily Hart shoots from the free throw line. And the ball rattles home. Lead down to single digits again. It's a 9-point lead. 4 points. Now taking the ball up, here's Brianna Jones, 34-25. Rams offense starting to shine a little bit in the second half, but unfortunately for Bluefield, that defense has not been able to stop Alexia Manning. Veering left, Jones going down the baseline, starts to loop back out. Spinning around for Danae Cox, lost the ball, bounced it straight to Hannah Presservati. Rams on a run, here's Danae Cox scurrying her way down the right baseline. Missed, and now the shot actually picked up by Alexia Manning. Trying to go one-on-one with Manning as Alexia has won for most of the game. Shelby McKenzie in the corner, her pass tipped by Courtney White, but corralled by Deja Smith near the top of the arc. Bluefield with a matchup down low. Belle Lanier versus Courtney Wright. Alexia Manning near the top of the arc, passes left for Deja Smith. Chucks up a tray and swishes the triple from the left corner. 37-25, the lead back to double digits, and it's 12 for the Skyhawks. Now the Rams have not been able to answer or really get a defensive stop. Now have to find their way to another hard-fought basket. Hash through a double team, missed from the left block. Wrestle for her own rebound, though, and passes out to Hannah Presservati. Steps into a long two from the right corner and misses. No offensive momentum whatsoever for Bluefield here in this game. Now going right to left. Jones operating with possession for points with 3:16 remaining in the third quarter. And Jones shuffling off of a screen near the top of the key and passes left to Alexia Manning. Crossover dribble, storms in the lane. Floater, no. Tipped around, though. Bluefield can't get the board as Shelby McKenzie picked up the pinballing rebound. One arm passed over to Deja Smith with a fresh shot clock.
Lob into the block for Courtney White. A couple of hard dribbles, feeds back out to Jones near the top of the key. Turns to White, going for the layup, missed off of harsh defense from Autumn Hash. Still a 12-point lead for the Rams, or for the Point Skyhawks. Now a pass to Bell Lanier. Her ugly shot from the right block actually hit the top of the window and bounced straight into the hands of Alexia Manning. The Rams looking a little bit tired, but fortunately for them, Alexia Manning really jogging kind of lackadaisically going down the other end of the floor. Might need a break. Now a walk for Courtney White as she was trying to hand the ball off to Deja Smith in the right wing. And now a whistle sounds for the substitution. Adrian Goodlett as well as Crockett returning to the game. Emily Hart will get a breather, as does Autumn Hash. Crockett, a player that has launched a couple of shots in this game but has not gotten them to fall. She is 0 of 2, both of those threes, and has 1 foul. So if Bluefield can get their freshman with a little bit more shooting confidence and on a roll, might be able to come back from this 12-point deficit. Crockett with a lob over to Cox, feeding Goodlett, zips it back over to Crockett. Chest pass, Preservati, top of the key. Ball overhead, returns to Crockett in the left wing. Feed over to Goodlett, launches a three from the left corner, and the New Kent native swirls it home. Timeout called, and they will only call that a 2-point basket. Now 37-27 with a timeout on the floor. 10-point lead for Point with 1:58 left to go in the third quarter. Back out onto the floor, Point leading by 10 with 1:58 left to go in this third period. Bluefield starting to kick up some full court pressure as Deja Smith tries to veer out of the defense from Deanna Crockett. Now finally getting across the timeline. Bluefield still going man to man. 1:45 now. They've shaved 10 seconds off of the shot clock. On the right side, here's Deja, or rather Candace Rhodes bouncing into Raven Brown. Top of the key, here's McKenzie, 6 to shoot. Over on the left side, here's Raven Brown storming in the lane, lost the ball, goes out of bounds with 1 second left on the shot clock. And now they want the buzzer to sound to bring in Brianna Jones. Kimberly Forbes now in as a forward. Now with 1 second, they're going to need a desperation shot. Now a timeout called by Point, and trying to figure out what's going to happen right here with a second on the shot clock. 1:28 left to go before the fourth quarter. One second on the shot clock. Point needs a shot here, up by 10. Hoping for an inbounds pass. They might not get it off, and they won't. Kendall Cloninger right in the face of Deja Smith, and Smith could not get a pass in. So it's going to be unlikely that Point even found an open shot, but Bluefield making sure they don't even get the ball in bounds. 1:28 remaining in the third quarter. Hannah Preservati taking the ball across midcourt. Bluefield looking for a little bit of energy off of the crowd here. A lot of the football team in attendance for the Rams, supporting them on that left side. Preservati feeds over to Cox, steps inside the perimeter and lobs back out to Crockett. Hard zip down low to Bell Lanier, spins towards the basket. Her loop of a layup just rattled away, tipped nearly out of bounds, and now a rebound finally corralled by Deja Smith. A minute left before the fourth quarter. Brianna Jones and her Point Skyhawks have commanded this game offensively and defensively. Raven Brown toes down the baseline, pump fake, her shot off the right block, no good. On the second chance, she's fouled by Bell Lanier. And Bell Lanier, thought she had the block, and so did a lot of that student faithful on the right side. So there was no shot, rather. She was swatted away before she got up. So an inbounds pass to Raven Brown. She'll hand it off over to Deja Smith. Holds up a fist for a new offense. Preservati matched up on the defense with the point guard. Almost towed in for a steal that time. Smith off a screen, veers back top of the key, lob to Raven Brown. Hard bounce on the deck, looking for someone to pass it to. Kicks out the left side, and it goes through the legs of Deja Smith. Adrian Goodlet draped all over her in that zone defense. 11 seconds on the shot clock before that pass was belted out of bounds. 37-27. Now a substitution again. Autumn Hash will come in for the Rams. Cara Bellinier taken off. Crockett also taken out of the game. Shot clock is off. 29.9 seconds left before we enter the fourth quarter. Hannah Preservati matched up man-to-man with Point. Top of the key, here's Goodlet. Lobs out on the left side for Danae Cox. A hard nod, goes against the screen, toes down the lane, steps into a layup, and scores. 37-29, 10 seconds remaining before the fourth quarter, an 8-point lead. Point hoping with a buzzer beater here. 5 seconds, now to McKenzie, toes towards the top of the key. 1 second, steps into a shot, and misses off the back iron. A brick of a shot from about 10 feet. 37-29, new energy for the Rams, down by 8 as we head to the fourth quarter at the Dome. Back on the floor in the fourth quarter, Rams down by 8, 37-29. Now shooting still just a little bit over 20%. That'll help Autumn Hash from the free throw line. Makes it a 6-point game. Well, the Rams have cut it down to a 6-point game for the first time since the first half. That second quarter really was when Point started to run away with this. The Rams now shooting 23%. On the top of the key, Candace Rhodes feeds over to Jones. 11 to shoot with 9.5 minutes remaining in the game. Jones starts to veer right, hands off to Alexia Manning, who already has 14 points. Chest pass to Rhodes, forward to shoot. Lost the ball, out of bounds, and Rhodes must have dribbled it off of her own foot. Danae Cox versus the turnover with a hard defense. Starting to see Bluefield with a lot more energy here in the second half, moving into the fourth quarter. Goodlet trying to take the ball up, feeds over to Hart on the far side, finally gets across the timeline. Now an open lane to the basket, steps back out, feeds to Crockett, thought about a three, pump fake, jump stop, lost the ball in the lane. Deja Smith picked it away for the Skyhawks. 37-31, 6-point lead for Point over Bluefield. Point fourth in the AAC, the Rams at 6th. But they have won now 3 games in a row, looking to make it into the rankings. Rams with already one ranked win on the year against Milligan. 7 to shoot. Deja Smith jogs into the left wing. Bounce over to Jones. Going down the left block. Layup. Yes. 39-31. 8 points. The difference between Point and Bluefield. Emily Hart over to Adrian Goodlet. Hannah Preservati not on the floor. Midcourt pressure. Autumn Hash for three from the left side, missed. Tipped out of bounds off of the hands of Adrian Goodlet. Well, it looks like that full court pressure for Point. If Bluefield can finally get it across the timeline, they have open shots on the other end. Autumn Hash, not really a player you see take that many threes for Bluefield. That time saw an open look from the corner and tried to swish it through, and it wasn't a bad shot. Bounce up top to Alexia Manning, storming inside the perimeter. Loops out to Raven Brown. Point really looking to milk the clock here. Oh, Deja Smith in the right side, hoping for a screen from Raven Brown, and gets one as she toes back towards the top of the arc. Lob to Raven Brown. Storm in the right block. Pump fake. Shot. No good. Raven Brown followed her shot and got her own rebound, though. Now a fresh shot clock, and that is definitely what Tony Woolley and his Skyhawks are trying to do. They, in the first half, were a lot faster looking for these shots. Now slowing it down, more like a UVA style of basketball. Raven Brown training the ball around, and now a whistle and a foul called on Bluefield. That's on Danae Cox under the basket. First foul of the fourth quarter. Preservati and Bell-Lanier in to relieve Crockett and Adrian Goodlet. 39-31, 7:32 on the clock. As Courtney White starts with a new shot clock for Point University. Alexia Manning in the left corner now with double figures as she bounces on the left side for Courtney White. Kicks it left wing to Brianna Jones. Bounce back to White, off of her hands and out of bounds. Rams starting to force the turnovers. The defense that Corey Mullins likes to see out of his team starting to really show here in the second half as the ball is kicked out of bounds by Courtney White on a pass intended for Danae Cox. Says if you can hold a team to around 50 points, Bluefield is going to win. Doesn't really look like the case as of yet, but the Rams have a ton of chances to get this going once again offensively. Hannah Preservati near the top of the arc, loops on the left corner for Danae Cox, feeds Hash. Her shot no good, but a foul called as she was going up for two. So the Rams have only shot 3 free throws in this game. This will be the 4th and 5th from Autumn Hash. The turnovers, Point now with 10 and the Rams with 9. Shot for Hash, swirls around and goes through the 10. 39-32, lead down to 7. Take a look at scores around the league. Reinhardt up, and their game is Autumn Hash sinks both free throws. 39-33. Rams hoping for their 4th win in a row. Cut it down to a 6-point deficit. 6:52 remaining. Courtney White in the left wing. Back up top to Alexia Manning and chucks it right side over to Deja Smith. Good defense from Bluefield, keeping Point from beyond the arc. Smith with 10 to shoot on the right corner, looking for a screen from Courtney White. Off the pick and roll, feeds to White, but instead intercepted by Hannah Preservati. Zigzagging her way down the floor, loops over to Bell-Lanier and tipped in the air by Raven Brown. So Bluefield will have an inbounds with 25 seconds on the shot clock and 6:31 on the game clock. They have not led since the first quarter. Bell-Lanier in the left wing feeds back up top to Hannah Preservati, who starts to retreat outside the perimeter. 6:20 left to go in the game. The Rams down by a pair of three-pointers. Danae Cox with possession. Chest pass up top to Kiera Bell-Lanier. Storming in the lane. Chucks up a layup. Banks it off the window to make it a 4-point game. 39-35. Brianna Jones still slowing the game down. Point trying to play at this pace they haven't played at in the entire game. Alexia Manning has been cold. Bounce on the left side to Jones. Matched up with Danae Cox. Steps into a long two. Bricks it off the backboard. No good. And a rebound snatched by Autumn Hash. Cross-court lob to Preservati. Back in for Bluefield. And really one of the best players for the Rams that can try to command the floor. Back up top to Bell-Lanier. Chucks it right side to Hannah Preservati. 12 to shoot. Cox for three. From the top of the arc. Missed. Wrestling for the rebound. Autumn Hash almost really tackled Courtney White. 39-35, a 4-point game. 5:20. Not a high-scoring contest for sure. But when you have two teams with great defenses like this, it's as expected. Once again, up top over to Deja Smith. Starts to veer right with 11 to shoot from the right wing. Kicks down low to Raven Brown. Couple of bounces on the deck. Her shot from the right block. No good, and Bell-Lanier bumps for the rebound. Flat 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Rams have not led since the first quarter. And the largest lead of the game for this Point team has been 14. Emily Hart with possession near the logo for Bluefield. 12 to shoot, steps inside the perimeter, lost the ball, picked away by Deja Smith. Emily Hart just fell asleep and the ball was just stolen away. 4:35 remaining now. The turnover starting to pile up. And for both teams, it looks like they have a hard time really capitalizing on those turnovers. 4:26 left as Manning decides to take a three and misses. Ugly shot. And Bell Lanier fought for another board. Hannah Preservati, the point guard for Bluefield, needs to get back into this game offensively as well. Pretty much everyone on the floor is cold for both sides. As Bell Lanier zips it back left wing, Hannah Preservati. Matched up with Brianna Jones, now 10 to shoot. Passes right, Danae Cox off a screen, dribbles left. 7 to shoot now. Cox lobs off the pick and roll to Hash. Tips it back out to Danae Cox. Feeds Hash on the right block. Her layup, good at the buzzer. Bouncing around through the 10, and the lead has been cut down to 2. Here comes Point in transition. 3:43 remaining in the game as Bluefield has fought back into this one. Anna Jones near the top of the arc. Feeds it back over to Deja Smith. Bluefield in a zone. Manning bounces right to Jones. 10 to shoot. Point using the entire shot clock. 7 seconds now on the shot clock. Jones crossover dribble, veers left. Going for the layup, misses. Tipped out of bounds. There was no rim. It's a shot clock violation. Or rather, it was tipped up top, but still there was no rim on the layup. And Bluefield forces a timeout on themselves, actually. Down by 2, 39-37. We got a ball game here at the Dome. Two-point game. Rams with a chance to tie it here. They're down 39-37. On a bit of a run. Bluefield trying to get past the full court pressure. Still passing the ball around in the backcourt. Crockett veers left and takes the ball across the midcourt line and passes left over to Hannah Preservati. 3 minutes left in the game. Not an offensive game at that, but Bluefield starting to win the battles down low thanks to Autumn Hash and Kira Bell Lanier. 10 to shoot. Bell Lanier from the right wing. Passes right corner. Hannah Preservati. Zips top of the key as Crockett passes left side over to Emily Hart. Feed down low to Autumn Hash. She's fouled by Raven Brown. Bluefield will now have 2 shots as the foul is actually booked on Alexia Manning. So Hash with a chance to tie up the game. Last time she went to the free throw line, she hit both. Her first shot sinks the front end. 1-point game. 39-38. Danae Cox checking back in for Crockett. Now with a chance to tie. 39-38. Second free throw. Shoots and scores. Tie game. 39-39. 2:46 remaining in the game. Now an inbounds pass for Deja Smith. Bluefield is starting to force these turnovers, and they're piling up. On Point now with 12 in the game. Bluefield with 13 points off of those mistakes. Hoping for another one. Manning at the top of the key. Matched up with Bell Lanier. Steps inside the paint and jogs it back over to Candace Rhodes. Hard bounce and draws a foul on Kira Bell Lanier. Lanier, that'll be her third foul. And by the way, for Lanier, she's near a double-double with 6 points and 10 boards. Autumn Hash, the only player for Bluefield in double figures with 10 points of her own. And an all-out effort for the Rams in a low-scoring contest, 39-39. Chucks it out wide over to Deja Smith in the right wing. Both teams with only 2 fouls, so the charity stripe not really a factor as of yet. Lobs out left wing to Candace Rhodes. Pro length three, nothing but net. So after the Rams were able to tie it up, Candace Rhodes, the senior, sinks a monstrous three to make it 42-39. 2:08 left to go in the game. Preservati looping the ball around over to Lanier. Turns it back to her point guard. Lanier was open on the cut down low. Preservati didn't see it. Hard arc over to Lanier in the left corner. Overhead passes to Emily Hart. Feeds Preservati. 10 to shoot. Loops right side. Danae Cox feeds to Hash in the right block. Her pass stolen away. But Candace Rhodes, after the dribble from Autumn Hash, Candace Rhodes came in, almost stole the ball away, but got her foot on the baseline. Now 5 to shoot with an inbounds. Rams down by 3. Preservati looking for someone to pass it to. Feeds Cox on the right side. Dribbles in. 15-footer. No good. Front rim. Finds her own rebound. Puts it on the deck. Layup is good. So Danae Cox off of the tip from Emily Hart stayed with it and had a gigantic lane to the basket. 42-41. A minute 33 remaining. Well, the fans starting to get into it here at the Dome Gymnasium. Candace Rhodes steps back and feeds over to Raven Brown. A point has really trickled out most of the clock. Rhodes again for three. Missed this time. Danae Cox with a rebound and a chance to give Bluefield the lead with a minute 13 left to go in the game. Cox feeds over to Emily Hart, and she was fouled in the lane. So she was just hit on her left side as it looked like she was going to have an open lane to the basket. It's going to be a foul on Rhodes. Third team foul for a point. Pass inbounds for Hannah Preservati. A minute 9. Preservati chucks it up over to Lanier. Rams down by 1. 42-41. Preservati feeds on the left side. Rams hoping for a win against a ranked opponent. 1 minute remaining. Lanier kicks it over to Hart. Feeds back down to Lanier. Spins. Shot. No good. Rebound for Alexia Manning. Now a 20-second differential between game clock and shot clock. 46 seconds. Rams need a stop. Here's Deja Smith into the left wing. Bouncing the ball with her left hand. Starts to step back, lobs a pass over to Brianna Jones. Now 10 to shoot. Jones feeds over to Alexia Manning from the free throw line. Crossover dribble. 5 seconds left. Smith steps into a 2 from the left wing. Good. 3-point game. Timeout called by Corey Mullins. And the Rams, with 21.9 seconds remaining, have to come up with something to possibly tie this game up here when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. (44-41). Rams trail by 3 with 21.9 seconds of an inbounds right in front of Corey Mullins. Feed into Hannah Preservati. Now 20 seconds left to go. Rams can't get to the free throw line either. Autumn Hash under pressure. The pass to Lanier. Loose, out of bounds, and it will stay with Bluefield. Tony Woolley, the head coach of Point, jumping around, thought that ball was going to go back to his Skyhawks. Now the Rams, with a shot clock off, have 12.5 seconds remaining to try to tie this up and probably send it into overtime. Another timeout called by Corey Mullins. Trying to draw something up here. 12.5 seconds remaining. .5 seconds remaining in the game. Rams down by 3, 44-41. Preservati taking the ball across the timeline. Behind her back, dribbles into the left wing. Off of a lot of pressure, looking for someone to pass it to. 4 seconds now. Emily Hart feeds back to Preservati. Shot at the buzzer. No good. And Point walks away with a victory. Rams storm back, able to tie this game up, but just couldn't hold off the Skyhawks in the last seconds of this one. Hard-fought game for Corey Mullins and his team as the Rams fall to 10-8, 7-6 in the conference. Point University now 15-6 and 12-4 in the AAC, the number 24 team in NAIA. So a tough one for the Rams to swallow here, but still a hard-fought defensive game as the final score is 44-41. Going to be right back for the men's game in about half an hour between Point and Bluefield. But for the women's side, 44-41 final score here at the Dome.